There are two kinds of lenses. There's a prime lens that only has one focal length, and then there's the more common telephoto lens, which has a telephoto and a wide angle to its focal length. The focal length of your lens describes whether it's a wide angle or a narrow angle of view. A narrow angle of view also will magnify the image. This is a telephoto lens that moves from 18 to 55 millimeters. An 18 millimeter view is a very wide angle. It's going to be wider than our average eyesight. 55 millimeter is pretty average. It's about what a human sees. And so this would be good for standard photography. 18 millimeter view is really great for group photos and also for landscape. This is an example of a prime lens. This lens doesn't zoom. This is just a 50 millimeter lens. Again, this is a pretty standard view lens because it's a lot like the way our eyes see. This is what's called a long lens. It's a telephoto lens. This lens is going to go from 75, so it's a little bit narrower than the human eye, all the way to 300, which is quite long, very good telephoto lens. This is going to be great for sports photography when you really want to get into the action, or for large group scenes when you want to focus in on just one person. Buying a lens can be confusing. The prices really vary. They can run from about $100 or $200 all the way up to $3,000. So what's the difference? There are three things that you want to consider when you're buying a lens. The first is the speed of the lens, or that actually refers to how wide you can open the aperture. It's more difficult to construct a lens with a wide aperture. This is a prime lens, which means that you can control this a little bit more, and it can open up all the way to f1.8. It's a really wide aperture. Telephoto lenses have more difficulty with creating a wide aperture. And on a telephoto lens, we're going to get two f-stop settings, two speed settings, based on the field of view. The widest field of view, we can have an f4, and at the most telephoto, we're going to have f5.6. It's not a very wide open f-stop. It's not a very fast lens. To get a long lens like this that can open up to about maybe even an f2, you're looking to spend somewhere around $2,000.